4 months locked, take one. It has officially been 4 months since I started locking my hair. And for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little swoop back so y'all can see the progression of month 1, month 2, month 3, and month 4. Today I actually went back and watched all of them so I could see my own progression, and it has been such a transformation. At first, I think, you're in it day to day. You don't really see the nuance and the differences, which is why I'm really happy that I actually have been cataloging this experience. So, as y'all know, I've moved here to San Antonio and I've been back for about a month or so. I have noticed that I have to wash my hair a lot more often to maintain and to not have buildup on my scalp. And that didn't used to be an issue for me in Austin, even when I was being very active. And so I've realized that the reason for that is that the water here is incredibly hard. When I fill a little pot with water and put it on the stove and let it boil for a little while, I can see the sediment. Like, I can see the residue that is being removed or separated from the water. Dealing with that in terms of my hair care has been a little troublesome. I'm gonna start looking into things that I can do to maybe soften the water. I don't want to be bougie and buy like gallons of distilled water just to wash my hair. Buildup has always been an issue for me. I've always had to be really cognizant of maintaining a clean scalp. So yeah, something I will do though is probably switch shampoos. As y'all know, I use the Jason 2-in-1 shampoo. When I feel like my scalp is beginning to get a little bit of an infection, or it just isn't balancing, or it doesn't seem to want to get clean all the way, I'll switch over to Jason's sulfur-based dandruff shampoo. Because it's a really great shampoo. It's really strong, but isn't stripping, and it really just eliminates any kind of infection, whatever kind of skin stuff is going on my scalp. It really just gets rid of it and just knocks it out real quick. The downside of using it though is that it makes your hair smell like sulfur. The second thing I've noticed is the difference in hair growth and how that affects my retightening routine. So I think in the last video I talked about how I'm mostly retightening every 4 weeks or so. It's about once a month. And that's still relatively accurate. I just finished tightening up the top today. But I've noticed that, the sides of my head and the back don't really need that much attention. I have about half an inch of new growth, which makes sense. Your hair grows about half an inch a month. I have about half an inch of new growth here, and because the new growth is growing into the lock, so they don't really require much maintenance, and even though there is new growth here, I don't really feel a great urge to tighten them. So this month, I'm not going to tighten them because they don't really need it. I'll separate a few, but even that is not something that I really have to worry about. Now for the top, like this corridor from here down, it's like clockwork. At 3 weeks, I need to get in there and tighten them back up, because the new growth, this area of my hair grows the fastest. You'll notice how long these are compared to the back, right? These are like almost twice, literally almost twice as long. Compiled with the fact that it doesn't grow into the locks, I'll end up with this intense fro under my locks, and I have to get in there and break them up, or I'll just end up with one big huge lock on the top of my head, which I don't want. So essentially I am now on a 2-tiered tightening schedule. I tighten up the top about once a month, and then the rest of my head I'll tighten up once every 2 months. There's still locks in here that at the end of each month, when I come back in and tighten up the top, that have unraveled, or I have to reinstall them. At one point, it was getting so bad with one section that I literally put a knot in the lock at the end. So that way I could just know, okay, all of these groups of hairs is supposed to be a lock. And that actually helped. I don't think I can find one where I did that, because there's only a few of them that I did that for. And the ones that I did do that for, and I went back, I could still feel the knot a little bit on the end, but it had mostly disappeared. So yeah, hopefully the top of my head will get with the program, which it probably will, because I remember once I started interlocking on my previous journey, I could go a while. I could go like 2 or 3 months without feeling the need to interlock my hair, to touch it up, even though I had, you know, an inch of new growth, 2 inches of new growth. The locks were still separated. So I think it's more of just like getting to my locks to mature enough to where that will be the case, and then I can start going longer. In the comments below, let me know if you live in an area with hard water and what you do to, you know, deal with that, because I am interested and open to ideas on that in particular, because yeah, build up, build up, build up. Really got to figure out how I'm gonna combat this well. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Dang, this new lens is awesome. I look really good. Nice.